welcome to Smart Gardening with Smart Pots. We're at the Smart Pot Greenhouse today, and a project we've been working on for several months, and with a lot of joy and enthusiasm about learning a lot of new stuff, is growing citrus in containers. There's some nice articles, publications, commercial growers, and Facebook groups that you can tap into. I'm sure YouTube's as well, that you can gain some expertise from. One thing we know is that citrus loves great drainage. And of course, that's our middle name at Smart Pot, Great Drainage. So we've planted quite a few. We've grown several varieties. And one of the varieties, this one right here, is a navel orange. It's a nice big caliper tree. We've got it in a number 20 black Smart Pot with handles. Should be doing great. And so we've got a recurring problem with citrus scale on this particular variety of citrus. It's not bugging the others, bugging, get it, the other ones like it is this one. But this is about my fourth treatment on this plant. So I wanted to tune in with you and give you a chance to see what might be happening if you're facing some similar issues with your citrus. The first thing we notice, and you will probably notice, is the plant, all of a sudden the tree is just covered with ants. And we think, oh my gosh, we've got an ant problem. No, not really. What we've got is a citrus scale problem. The ants are just being opportunistic. The scale comes, and as it taps in to the plant, to the vascular system, the plant secretes some sugary waters. That's its plant food. The carbohydrates that the plant is producing through photosynthesis, going up through its system. Well, when it leaks, the ants go, oh, sugar alert, sugar alert. They flock in here, and you go, oh my gosh, we've got ants everywhere. And then you take another look, and you've got citrus scale. So the first thing we're going to do is make this a little easier to work on so you don't get covered with ants, and knock off some of the scale with a really hard stream of water. So I've got my jet here. I've got it going on stream. Don't worry, if you knock off some leaves, they're probably going to come off anyway. New leaves are going to grow because we're going to get this baby healthy. So let's start by cleaning it up. I'm going to start on the bottom. And you can see I'm not being bashful. I'm trying to hit every surface of the plant. Okay, honestly, it's amazing how much you can blast off just with a hard spray of water. But that doesn't mean that you solved your problem. So we're going to go ahead now. Our next step of treatment is to apply an organic pesticide. I've checked my labels carefully at my local garden center, picked up a pesticide that's safe for bees and other pollinators. And now we're going to spray thoroughly every surface, top and bottom of the leaves as well. So that's going to be next step. Step 2. Okay, here comes the stinky part. I don't like it, but sometimes you really do have to look for some help in terms of defeating these pests that come back. So we have our safe, pollinator safe spray, list aphids, also spider mites, and scale. And we're going to spray it by hand, doing our darndest to cover the underside and the top side of the leaves. We see a little scale still here and there, but we're off to a pretty good start in getting this cleaned up again. So this is the way we're going to do it. It's just a mist, a gentle spray. I'm going to pull these leaves down, then I'm going to put that stem up and get underneath. Underneath, and the leaf nodes we'll find, the new growing tips, that's the place that you're going to mostly see the scale. So we have to be pretty diligent about getting all the surfaces covered to the best of our ability. You can see right here, this little piece of stem, there's still a lot of scale on there. I just scraped this off with my fingernail. You can see it. So this is one we're definitely going to wipe down as well as spraying. This little bitty stem here's got some pretty bad, so let's hit that little extra care. So I just have a damp paper towel. That's going to be my third step. After I've sprayed and misted, then I'm going to start with one single system so that I don't miss anything. And I'm going to wipe by hand any areas that I still see that are problematic. Right down inside there where that leaf comes out, often somebody will be hiding in there that you didn't get. So, you know, like I said, don't be bashful. You don't want to be super rough. But plants are tougher than we think. Their one job in life is to grow and produce fruit. So they're going to partner with you the best they can. This guy's nice and cleaned up. We hit it hard with the spray hose, knocked off as much as we could, and kind of got the ants at bay so they're not all over us while we're working on it. We've misted with the organic insecticide to knock it back a little bit more, and then I took a damp paper towel, I wetted it with the insecticide that we chose, and wiped off every bit of scale that I could see. There's a couple of little dead twigs here, that little things. We can clean this up a little bit. I'm not, if you'll notice, I'm not cutting off these little green ones because they will leaf back out. But if they've turned brown and hard like this, they're not going to grow anymore. So we'll just take those off. And the weather is such now that it's time for these babies to go outside. They're really going to love it out there. There's more natural predators for the types of insects that you can get on citrus, and easier to control outside where they're not in close quarters. So now that May is here, the temperatures are warming up, we're going to get these out to a nice sunny spot. We're going to make sure that they pretty much have dry root zone before we give them a really good watering, because remember, they don't like wet feet. So we want to keep that drainage going, move water and nutrients through. Keep an eye out for other insect pests or pathogens, any kind of rust or fungus that might come along. And watch it through the summer. Boy, I tell you, they can get away from you. There's one I missed. So keep a close eye on your citrus. We're going to keep an eye on ours. And we look forward to welcoming you back and see how our treatments are going with this plant and with the other Smart Pot Gardening that we're happy to do here. So, thanks for tuning in to Smart Gardening. Like us, subscribe. We're on Pinterest, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Anywhere you want to go and find some info about the smartest container gardening made in America, tune in to us. We'll see you next time.